Uneducated psychologist fading to light. All right. Let's see what we're doing. Chapter 3 just started, but we're pretty much moving along at a good clip. And let's see what's going on here. It's taking a sec for verification. Where's the verification? Here it is. Always want to make sure it's actually running. Otherwise, what's the point, right? Screaming into the void, which is true. I know. Let's see here. Usually the passenger seat car hammock sat her pet. Wow. Usually in the passenger seat. EV hammock. Wow. Usually in the passenger seat, EV pet hammock sat her 4-foot-long California king snake she found in her car one day. A surprising discovery for such for such a private person? What? No. Private person? Why do I want to write that? The wild creature adopted Vicky, and since that first day in the desert, it has never bitten her. Even in the forgotten quartz quarry, Vicky found peace, a place many hunted for without success. She kept a 3D rendering of the beautiful rose quartz palace left by the last miners who put the Priverse object on a Web 3 block as a contribution to digital history. A gift no one understood as valuable. Valuable, yeah. Is there an E in valuable? Well, let's find out. Google valuable. There's not. See, spelling is just... There's no E in valuable. See, this is the thing with it. Will I remember that? Vicky also enjoyed the Uneducated Psychologist podcast on the Priverse. On the EV Priverse projector. Only not live. Opting instead for the download to listen. Opting for the download to listen later. The episode on Mind of God was not one she ever heard before. So that was the one she went ahead and listened to Up the Desert Dagger Road. So that was the one she went ahead and listened. While on on the Desert Dagger Road. Red. The latest podcast read optogenetic crying therapy for psychopaths. Vicky New Times had gotten strange when potential prisoners were sized up for experimental light treatment against their lack of humanity. Okay. Most volunteers. What's going on? Excuse me. Most volunteers were convicted Canadian truckers who refused to sacrifice their livelihood for haptic gel production, a product which replaced their existence anyway. Okay, right? Existence, livelihood, what a strange word. Must verify. Ah, yeah. Of course I spelled that wrong. With the glance in the vanity mirror, Vicky noticed a tear well up as fresh sunlight penetrated her pupil, a natural, not optogenetic reaction to stimuli. For consistent crying to project from light, Vicky knew an intervention was necessary. For consistent what does that mean? Okay. Consistent crying tended to project light. So Vicky knew an intervention was necessary, not just a flash of laser beams in some realized pilot wave experiment. Nothing said empowerment more than a red targa screaming up a steep Steam slick asphalt mountain road at sunrise. Nothing said empower more than a red Targa screaming up a steamed asphalt mountain road, slick at sunrise. Her sense felt as if she were part of a master race of personalities. Even in the womb, Vicky consistently kicked to have her mother eat, even if it wasn't time in the day. Only a few bites from her mother for Vicky to stop kicking and go back to being alone in the womb. Weird. When she first opened her eyes, Vicky was alert and looking around, which indicated true extroverted sensing. Vicky rarely smiled with her death stare. Focused down. As an intellectual, Vicky was a future thinker and strategist, aspiring to become a truly sovereign individual. A consciousness with extra freedom in the privacy. She was not aware of how others felt, which made her appear constantly on edge, her virtuous side of trust buttressed by paranoia. As a child, she was a consistent risk from being gullible, and as a result learned to put her guard up so to not be herded to slaughter. Vicky had an inner child who gave people trust without them earning it first, but as an adult, she learned it must be earned. Vicky needed loyalty so badly, if her paranoia was needed so loudly, and she immediately began to sabotage herself like a flaming over fondue pot. Cute, flaming. She consistently asked her new husband, Moto, the sales leave behind what he was doing. What? And he knew to give the right answer every time, usually just working the pry verse, babe. Once Moto finally realized he was willing to die for Vicky, then their relationship solidified into an immovable object. Okay. Um, Chapter 3, huh? The old Chapter 3. Where are we at this thing? I'm already starting to dwindle here. Come on now. I gotta work this sun gun. Vicky drove her two-seater red convertible up the winding Desert Dagger Road toward where some of the first ski lifts in the area were erected. Along with her arrogant and painfully insecure ego, but with a beautiful face, huh? According to Pryverse statistics. Her large prefrontal cortex showed and produced a humble appearance. But she never quit or let go, and that was her endearing, redeeming quality. Okay. She had the worst covert contract with her fear of failure worn like a badge of honor, and it came out in her almost totally made-up identity. Nihilism, her greatest weakness and biggest external emotion, and biggest external emotional enemy. She loved when others talked up her accomplishments so she could trade her performance for their loyalty. And sometimes what? Sometimes trade value? No. Trade information. Her moral compass was easily corrupted by high achievement. Her childish God complex mixed in with a lack of social awareness. She was in love with herself and did not show gratitude. Yet it worked. And her performance indicators showed it. She was slightly overweight. According to VMI standards, but tried desperately to hide it and her insecurity over stimulating the wrong hormone. She slept for lunch just to make it through the day. Giant bags under her eyes, revealing the truth. Still a lot going on here, man. Oh, just scrolling, a lot of scrolling. I gotta tell you, it's a lot of scrolling here. I'm not sure what's happening. All right, I'm going to cut it here. All you sun gunners, I must say, uneducated psychologist, out.